I never really understood the concept or allure of idle games. They basically play themselves and require very little input from the player. However, I really got into Trials of Heroes, which is an idle game, and I enjoyed the consistent progression I got from the game, whether my life was busy or not. It was the perfect in-between game or the perfect game to play for 1 to 2 minutes at a time. Now, I also really appreciate Civ builders and the progression that those give you, and Me as King is a new game that blends the idle elements with the Civ building elements. Let's get right into it. I really love Me as King's art style. It's very cutesy, it's adorable, it's super polished, and it doesn't really add to visual clutter on the screen, which is always important when it comes to Civ building games. Now, on top of that, I feel like the music is really well done too, and this game has so much personality. However, some of the sound effects can get really annoying over time, such as when you click on a character to order them around to do stuff, they make this kind of like grunting noise, and it gets really annoying, especially when you're ordering around a lot of people at once. And so you guys will hear that from the gameplay before you, and that's quite unfortunate because everything else when it comes to art style and sound design is super well done. As I mentioned before, Me as King is an idle game mixed with a Civ building game. Now, you play the role of a king and you order around people to do various tasks, such as construction or farming or cutting down trees or hunting. Now, whenever they complete their tasks, they will bring the resources or materials that they gather to the king, and then you can click on the king to retrieve them. Now, the idle elements come in where each person has an energy bar, and once that energy bar is depleted, they have to rest. Now, on top of that, whenever you send them to go on these tasks, you have to wait for them to complete the task. So those are the main idle elements. Now, what's really fun is that it really boils down the Civ building elements into their pure roots, and it just takes the really simple aspects of them and the fun and rewarding aspects of them and places them in this game with these idle elements. It's really satisfying watching the progression of your civilization, especially at the start of the game, and I really appreciated it. If you like Civ building games, you will definitely get at least a little addicted to this game over time. Unfortunately, I don't really like the monetization model of this game, even though it's very fair. Now, there's a lot of incentivized ads in this game, and none of them are forced, which is always good, but the way they're implemented are a little bit annoying. Now, villagers and people will pop up on your screen with little bubbles above their heads, and they'll be saying, oh, I can give you such and such resource, or I can help you and provide you something useful if you watch an ad. However, if you don't want to do that, there's no way to reject them and make them get off the screen. They kind of just sit there for a little bit and then eventually they go away. I don't really like that, but oh well. Now, there's also a lot of in-app purchases in this game, such as a speed doubler, which literally doubles the speed of the things that happen on screen, which doubles your progress in the long run. And that kind of feels a little bit cheap, but you can just play this game for what it is for completely free and make consistent progress just at half the speed of someone who buys this in-app purchase. There's also a bunch of currencies that you can buy as well that basically just speed up your progress in this game, but you're making consistent progress and it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I really ended up appreciating the gameplay loop of Me as King the longer I played it. I also think that the idle elements just make sense when they're mixed with the Civ building elements. If you love Civ building games but you've never been able to get into idle games, I think this is the perfect first step for you to try to get into the genre. If you love idle games, I think this is a no-brainer. It's very polished and it's very fair with its monetization at the end of the day. Definitely check it out. Alright guys, those are my first impressions for Me as King. Don't forget to leave a like and pop a sub and comment. It really helps out small channels like mine. And thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. That's the most important thing when it comes to YouTube, is how long someone watches your video. So I truly appreciate you. I stream mobile games. The link to that is in the description down below, as well as a second channel and more content from me if you're interested in that. I love you guys. I hope you guys are staying safe and take it easy.